Hey everybody, it's This Guy, That Guy Nation, another episode. How you doing there, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic, Anthony. Yes, it is. It is time for This Guy, That Guy Nation. We are ready to go. We got a new guy behind this camera over there. We had to bring in the other team.
That's all right.
The other cat is out doing fun stuff. I think he's doing Top Golf or something. But we got the other guy in here. We'll see how he does tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight we are drinking a few Shiner beers.
Yes, we are.
We're doing a little Shiner tonight. We've done a variety in the last few times.
Yeah.
I like Shiner. Shiner's really good.
Shiner's really good.
I've been kind of excited to get home today and get at it, start talking about some stuff, and drinking a Shiner with my buddy.
There we go. That's what it's all about.
So what do you got going on tonight with your agenda? What are you going to talk about?
Well, I guess let's go back to this weekend. I guess
I like that idea.
We had a nice baseball weekend. I was not there on Saturday.
Yeah, and I want to just interrupt for a second.
Go ahead.
You go ahead and tell your side of this, and then I'm gonna add to the caveat.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was not there on Saturday. You guys won those two games to move on to the Sunday round of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to travel back into town, and I got back in town after as the first game was ending that you guys won.
Yeah.
So the next game had a long break before the next game.
Correct.
So we had time to get changed and get over to that game, and I had the opportunity to watch the gentlemen play a game.
Yes, you did.
It did not fare so well for them.
No.
It was actually just to be very blunt about it, an absolutely atrocious first inning.
It was.
And but they got out of the first inning, and then nothing else happened. So it goes to that atrocious first inning.
Yeah.
Now I had a take on this, and I think I have noticed a trend. Okay? And I told my wife when I got in the car about the trend that I have been tracking and watching, and how I used to do things when I was playing ball like that. And here's my take on it is they get these hour and a half breaks or 2 hour breaks, and then all these parents take these children, because that's what they are, let's not get it twisted, take these children to a local eatery, and they go and they cackle like young ladies, and they have fun, and their cleats have been removed and everything, and they spend this time just doing nothing about what they were going to be doing in the next hour or so. And so I think they get out of their baseball mind, they get out of baseball ready shape and everything. And the only reason why I'm speaking that way, because I do know that at a time when I was doing that and we haven't had a break, I noticed the same trend as an adult when I was doing it, that whenever I took my cleats off in between games, I came out, I was flat-footed, my everything did not gel. So I stopped taking my cleats off. I left my cleats on. Even if I had an hour break, my cleats stayed on. Because typically your feet swell in the heat. And
it was hot.
It was hotter than Satan's crotch.
Yeah, it was
and so I started leaving my cleats on, and that started helping me stay, let's say, game ready. And it's shown. It's shown on the last few weekends when they get that break and they come back and they just
things don't go well.
Don't go well.
Yeah. And I have seen that, and we've talked about it, and I agree. I also believe that you believe in, let's say, baseball players have rituals. Fans have rituals, not just with baseball, but with football, any real sporting event. They'll wear the same jersey, or the player won't wash their jersey
Sure.
because of whatever, or the hat, or they turn the hat inside out during certain periods of baseball, correct?
I think it's like a superstition thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
getting at.
Yeah, I know.
So I kind of believe in that after this last episode, this last game, because you know they did absolutely awesome.
Yes.
First 2 games.
Sure.
Third game, they looked good. The last game they had to play, things changed. We obviously had a break. You talked about the break.
Got it.
But we also had people that weren't there
Sure.
that showed up
Sure. That would be me.
and brought their mojo with them.
No mojo.
There was mojo.
No.
There was.
No mojo.
You came up, you sat down in the stands. You didn't, number one, you didn't break out your chair.
No.
So you sat in the bleachers, which changed the normal thing that we normally do. We sat in the absolute opposite place that we normally sit because it was too hot. So you sat on the bench.
Yes.
In the stands.
I did.
Never sit in the stands.
We
Never sit in the stands.
unless they have
Never
chairs.
sit in the stands.
Unless we have chairs.
But you
I'm
changed.
talking about the chairs.
Yeah, but you changed.
And they had those chairs. We used to sit in the middle.
Yeah, but you changed.
Okay.
And then you didn't bring the cooler. I bring a cooler. You bring a cooler. You
You're
didn't bring the wagon.
I did not bring a cooler.
Yeah.
I.
You sat and you ate something that you normally don't bring.
You're right.
So you brought shrimp cocktail.
I did.
So you did everything that you possibly could do to bring bad luck and
I
bad
did.
juju. And on top of it, you didn't show up to any of the games until the very last game, which absolutely destroyed all chances of us having any type of superstition that if you could have them all, you broke every damn one.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Okay. So yeah, I knew you were gonna go there. That's okay. And I hate to point. I hate to point true baseball facts out to you. You know, if you get a fly ball and the catcher looks at it and it bounces behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Superstition because somebody brought bad luck.
No.
That's all
not
bad luck that you brought.
That's called bad playing.
No, you
I
brought.
mean,
You brought. You
that's
have to admit.
bad baseball.
Are you? All right, so let me ask you this: are you saying there's no superstitions in baseball?
There's no superstitions in baseball when it comes to parents showing up to a game.
Oh, I think there totally is.
No.
I think that the bad luck
I'll tell you
gods
what.
were there.
I'll tell you what. You have a tournament this week. How about I sit home and let's see how they do with me sitting home?
Oh no, that's not fair.
What?
It's not fair. You need to be there.
I'm bad luck.
No, you got to be there in the beginning to the end.
Right. Okay. Well, I had plans and that tournament was.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just trying to prove my theory.
No. There's no theory.
There's a theory.
There's no theory. No. There's no theory.
I have to gently disagree.
That's fine.
There's a theory. And I truly think the theory is...
It's a thought. It's not a theory.
You brought bad luck. No, I bet you if we sampled a group of people, they would tell us.
Yeah?
Yeah, this weekend. We're going to ask.
Okay.
Baseball parents.
Yes.
How many of you are superstitious?
Right.
What about that lady that brings the cowbell all the time?
What cowbell?
The lady that cowbell. Every time we're at a tournament, she's got a cowbell.
She's
going.
not on our side.
No, she's on another team. Superstition.
None of those parents are superstitious. They don't follow any kind of superstitious rules. Those are just baseball parents.
I don't agree with that. I think
sorry.
it's superstition.
You're trying to give way too much clout or credit to just baseball parents.
No, I've seen some crazy
How many?
baseball
Okay,
parents.
I'll tell you what. Let's ask before you ask them that. Let's ask those parents how many baseball games they watched on TV this last season.
All right.
And when they all say, oh, never turn it on, then they don't qualify. They don't qualify. Boom.
Oh, so
boom,
they're out.
boom. They're out. Because they're not.
They're not baseball fans.
They're not
just there because of their kids.
There you got it.
They're there because of their kids. Okay.
Yeah. This is about base. I have always told you since we met, and I told you about the kids. They're one of the most important parts of those children is baseball IQ. I call it.
Okay. I've heard this before.
And that is knowing the game. And that is knowing the situation. That's knowing what you're gonna do with it. That's all those things. Not just making the play.
Okay.
You can make the play.
So I think you're changing the subject.
No.
Well, we were talking about the superstitions.
I'm trying to show you, but none of them know this. Like I said,
they do. I think they know. You know that people jump over, the players. They jump over the foul line. They don't want to step on it. They
sure. Those are all Those are all baseball players. Those are all baseball players. Superstition. You're correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you don't think the fans don't have the same thing? Are you telling me that you don't think fans?
I don't do that.
I think you do. You just don't want to admit it.
No.
I think that you do.
I wore my brown and gold jersey on the second game of the playoff for the Padres.
And what happened?
They won.
Okay, and then what happened?
The next game, I wore a different jersey.
And what happened?
They won.
And then what happened after that?
I didn't wear any jerseys those time.
How come?
I was busy. I was gone. I was not around.
So they lost.
So now it's my fault.
Well, it just goes.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying. There it is. How bad did you want them to win?
Oh,
the Padres.
What
did you say?
What
did you say? You said, I know how a Cowboy fan feels.
I officially know how a Cowboy fan feels because my Padres lost in the playoffs.
Because you didn't hold up your end.
Sure I did.
You did not. You didn't watch the game.
You know what? How about this? Yes. At the end of the day, I truly am not married to anything. No sports. I could give a rat's fuck.
That's not true because you were disappointed.
I am.
So
my life doesn't revolve around it.
All right, so let's take this a little bit further. So after we lost the game because of some people not having their superstitious behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost the game, and I load up that guy, and we're headed back to our home. And my wife was gone throughout this whole thing. She wasn't there. So she's part of this too because she has never missed a game.
Right.
So she missed the whole tournament. She was working.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But that was superstitious there.
Oh, that was
there.
Yeah.
Didn't have your chair. She wasn't there. So everything was thrown off.
Sure.
Everything.
It obviously didn't affect them on day one.
She was there.
It obviously didn't affect them on day two, game one.
Well, I think that because she was texting the whole time with you. You were there in somewhat of some spirit.
I was not. No, not me. No.
You were texting.
No.
You asked how they were doing. You were asking, how are they doing? I don't need to go down this road with you. I'm trying to tell a story here.
Go ahead.
You're changing the story.
No, I'm not.
You kind of are. Would you let me finish?
Yes.
All right. So, I got to get a drink. Hold on.
Yeah, please.
Very good, Shiner. So, we leave there. We're headed home, and the boy says, "Can we stop and get something to eat?"
There you go.
I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. What would you like?" He says, "Well, I don't know." And then he gets a text from his mom. "Hey, the other guy is spending the night at a friend's. Would the two of you like to join me for dinner?" And he says, "I'd love to. Where would you like to go?" "Well, let's go watch some sport. Let's watch a game." Well, the Cowboys were playing. So we ended up going to this taco place, this JJ's Tacos.
So you went.
And I know that you're not a big fan of it, but you know what? It didn't matter. We went there. But
I don't have to be a fan. I just don't like sauteed onions in my carne asada tacos or burrito.
Don't order them. Order something else.
That's how they make it.
But order a different thing. We can talk about that another time because I'm trying to make a point here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we walk in to this bar.
Now you walk into the third quarter, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just checking.
And it was bad. It was brutal. It was a slaughter.
Yes.
But to watch a bunch of Cowboy fans as you walk in, and it is if you're walked into a funeral home.
Yes.
And they're all just kind of sitting around, slumped around, and they're still watching, and they're still commentating. So we kind of sat in the bar area, and we climbed up and saddled up in the chairs, and we were watching. And we're talking about people that watch a sporting event that are superstitious, because they all have their favorite jersey on. They all have their crazy hats.
I don't want to say they have their favorite jersey on.
Oh, they got their jerseys
They
on.
had the jersey on that they bought, and they just want to make sure that they have a jersey that they're representing the team. I don't know if it's their favorite jersey.
It's because it's their superstition. They wear it every single time they play. They do.
They do?
They're wearing it every time.
You asked them?
It's obvious. And the chains, and the necklaces, and the hats,
Yes.
and the pom-poms.
Yes.
These people came.
Ready to watch a game at JJ's Taco Shop.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it's just like when you and I went to another place, Latitudes, another place, and we watched another game. And we watched the same people, but they were dressed up.
I don't know what Latitude is. Can you
Or is it
help me?
Latitude? What is it called?
I don't know. I don't know
It's
what
the
you're
other
talking
place, the one place.
what are you showing me?
It's over. Oh, slow down! It's the place that we thought we finally found a place for Thirsty Thursday, but it didn't work out so well.
You talking about on Ball Road?
Yeah.
You talking about Landmark?
Oh, Landmark! Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot. It's Landmark.
All right.
It didn't work out, but
Gotcha.
we watched them play the Chiefs there.
Yes, we did.
And they were all dressed up the same way.
Yes, the Chiefs.
And they were ready.
Chief Nation.
They were going to war.
Yeah.
Wearing their superstitious clothes.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to war, but okay.
They were. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I don't have a Keller Falcon jersey.
you don't have to have that.
I don't have a Keller Falcon hat.
You don't have to have that either.
Okay. Well.
But what I am saying is, you do the same thing on game day. You can't be half in and half out.
Yeah.
Either
Gotcha.
you're all the way in
Uh-huh.
or you're out.
Gotcha.
You're either on the game
Yeah.
or you're not on the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you participate in activities like this, I'm just saying, the outcomes don't always look the best.
Okay.
I kind of went sideways on that, people. Sorry,
That's
but
okay.
I was trying to make a point.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
So you bring over some beef jerky.
I did.
And it's called
It's called Dr Pepper.
Dr Pepper Beef Jerky.
Yeah.
Now, I have told you plenty of times,
Yeah. Bring stuff with flavor, taste.
kind of, because you like to buy stuff that has no flavor and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've also told you that in my life and in my food category,
Uh-huh.
I live on the spicy side of life,
Yeah.
not the sweet side.
um,
So that just tastes like a ball of sugar. Okay.
Yeah.
I like pepper. I like chilies. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, I eat spicy sunflower seeds during our games. You
Yeah.
know, or I eat the dill because it has a little tang to it.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Nothing like this, though.
I don't buy stuff that's sweet.
So this said it was new.
Well, it probably is.
And then it says there's no added nitrates. And it also says no added MSG, so it's
Okay.
healthier. I figured that would be good.
Okay.
And it says it's made with 100% beef
Okay.
and 9 grams of protein per serving. I figured that.
But because it is packaged like this,
Uh-huh.
okay,
Yeah.
and it hangs in a
In a gas
a gas station, right? It has to have preservatives inside of it
Yeah.
to make it last forever as long
But
as
it's
it lasts.
smoked. It's smoked. It's petrified.
It's got preservatives to make it last the 10 years it sits at the gas station.
So what are you saying?
Well,
It's not very healthy for you?
Well, you try to throw a healthy spin on it by saying it has no MSG.
Well,
and all the
that's
other
what
thing.
it
And
said.
I'm saying, yeah, okay. So you you skipped those. What else did you put in here that you're not telling us?
Well, I don't really have to go down the label.
Well,
Do I need to go down the
well,
label?
they wouldn't write it on the label. You should. You know, because you don't want to mislead our fine folks.
I'm not
And-
misleading
and,
anybody.
and you have to know what you're talking about too. Like,
I am.
you know,
I wasn't
mean,
misleading. I just said, hey, I got this new beef jerky, Dr. Pepper. And then you went into this tirade about no pepper, no spice, no flavor.
Yeah. So I don't know what celery extract is.
I have no idea. If you can't pronounce it, you know it's a bad.
I don't know what lactate acid is.
I'm not really sure.
Refiner's syrup.
That's probably the Dr. Pepper.
Contains 2% or less of sea salt.
Well, it's got salt.
Well, 2% or less, but then it says, comma, salt. So it has less than 2% sea salt, but then it has a bunch of regular salt?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sea salt's good for you.
Yeah, okay. So again, that's what 2% for you. Well, it does, you don't put a lot of that good stuff in there.
Listen,
I don't know
when you
what is
purchase
pineapple powder? Do you cook the pineapple and then crush it and make a powder?
I'm not really sure how that works.
What is pineapple powder?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the last ingredient,
The pineapple powder?
which means it's got the least amount of it. But it says it's pineapple powder.
Oh yeah, pineapple powder. There it is.
Yeah.
Huh.
So how do you
I'm not really sure.
do you hang it out to dry and then squash it into
Yeah,
a
how
powder?
do you get a pineapple to turn to powder?
Right.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not really. They do all kinds of things to food.
Oh yes, they do.
Here you are. Here you are eating.
But we have no MSG.
Exactly. You know, trying to bring new things to the family, and you know what? It's the same comment I got from that guy
Yeah.
and this guy,
Well,
and I got that from Ben. I got that from another group. Here I tried to bring some stuff,
yeah.
and they said, "Could you bring some stuff with flavor and spice?"
Yeah. Okay. If you told me you liked a certain category of food,
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring you the complete opposite category of that food. Just say,
Hey.
hey, try this instead. No, why? I know you don't like it. You
so
like
something
this
new.
category.
Well, I do that.
You know, I mean,
That's
you know,
what
I showed you the taco shop that
Yeah.
that you like the shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, all the
I
food,
love it.
all the food.
I absolutely
right?
love it,
Yes,
yeah.
it's a great place.
It is.
But Carol's is great.
Yep.
Yes.
It is. It's
Uh-huh.
absolutely spectacular, without a doubt.
Right.
JJ's is awesome because it's got lots of TVs,
Gotcha.
and I had some street tacos.
That's very interesting. That hold on. That's very interesting that you want to talk about a taco shop / restaurant, and the best thing about the place is TVs.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing about the place should be their food, and the ambiance should be the TVs.
Well, yeah, but
You know, I'm
what do you-
just
I
saying.
guess I could
I-
take.
I'm,
So
I'm
what
pretty
would
sure.
happen if you brought food from another one?
I'm pretty sure the beer was cold. So
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it was
so,
cold.
you
And it wasn't
I mean,
flat like
yeah.
that, like the one place we went to.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we go to Bottle Cap.
Yeah.
Bottle caps are good.
Yeah,
Their
but you
food's
gotta
good.
wait on yourself.
Food's good.
It's awesome, but you gotta wait on yourself. You don't like that.
I don't mind. I like Bottle Cap.
Yeah, but you don't want to get up. You gotta wait on yourself.
I don't mind it there.
I understand
Right.
that, but if you had a server, you would like it more.
Well, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I love it too. I can't wait till I have an individual that's of age that can wait on me in the manner in which
I did yesterday. I had to go to a classic Chevrolet in Grapevine, and I drove past a rowdy cowboy.
Oh, you did.
So I
you
know
know where it's
exactly.
at.
Huh?
You know where it's at.
I didn't know where it was before, but I drove past and I'm like, there it is.
So the classic Chevrolet
It is right across the street from Classic Chevrolet.
in Grapevine.
In Grapevine.
Well, that's not far.
No.
All right. We'll have to make.
And its competition is Hooters.
Oh, that's not much competition.
Yeah.
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 Huh.
But yeah. So yeah. So I know we want. I know. You know. I want to go to the Rowdy Cowboy.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that you said you will go because I want to go.
Yeah.
You don't have this. You don't share the same excitement as I.
But
do.
I will participate because it's exciting for you.
Well, their claim, and they say they have good food.
Okay.
Okay, but then their next claim is we have 65 TVs. Well, you
want
JJ's. You liked JJ's, and now, well, this place has 65. Big old billboard ad right next to the great Ed Young billboard.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the same ticker.
Yeah.
You know, it goes Ed Young,
Yeah.
then Rowdy Cowboy. And I like my fellowship church ads.
Okay.
They bring me inspiration when I drive by. But then the Rowdy Cowboy comes up,
jumps up
and they got 65 great TVs.
And your whole plan in life is so much and so great that you want to go in there and count.
Well,
You're going to count because that's what you said.
I want to make sure that they have 65. If they have 64,
Because God forbid.
if they have 64, then I think
64.
they're exaggerating.
Yeah.
And I don't think they shouldn't exaggerate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, God forbid. I pray that they don't because I know that you're going to go count them.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, you know, and then we'll order the food, and then we'll grade the food, and then we'll tell them.
And then we can have ourselves a little seance on
conversation.
our experience. So
A conversation about the Rowdy Cowboy.
but I'll tell you, we had a great weekend.
Yeah, you guys did?
Yeah, we did. It was a good time.
Yeah? You and the family? Yeah?
Yep.
Did you guys, wasn't there, in Roanoke, wasn't there a big old rodeo? You didn't go to the rodeo?
No.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a big rodeo in Roanoke on Saturday.
No, we were
and they had
baseball.
a big drone show too.
Yeah,
on
we were
Saturday.
doing baseball. You were doing fun stuff.
I was.
Yeah, you were at a concert.
I was relaxed.
Listening to music.
Relaxed with the concert. It was a camping event with music.
Oh, that's awesome. I think that's a great time. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
You know,
If
you're gonna shake up the mojo like you did,
yeah,
you may as well go do that.
right, yeah.
And I give you all the credit in the world. If you were at home shitting out frogs, I'd say put a cork in it and get your ass at a game.
Gotcha. I did. I was at the resort pool, and I told you I did meet.
Yeah.
I met some of your fine folks from Michigan there. You know, you know.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, big old guy.
And you didn't ask a lot of questions, but you asked enough to get to know where he was from,
and we started talking politics. So.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out. I mean, because you know, I made this comment. Not to my wife, and I made it to him, and it was something that I just came about by just looking, and I'm like, you know, so we have a travel trailer, and this is like a big travel trailer place, you know, whatever you want to call them, and I told my
RV
wife,
park.
Sure.
RV resort.
Sure. It's called Camp Finfo.
Which is they're beautiful.
It's and FIMFO is a acronym, fun in something family and all this stuff. But anyways, well, I said to the wife, I was like, you know, when you go when you go to these resort style things, what do you want to call them, the RV parks or whatever, and you're hanging out with, let's say, all these crazy drunks. I said the guy from Michigan told me this, and I had just talked to my wife about it. I was like, he's a traveling nurse. Yeah. Now he's the ugliest traveling nurse I've ever seen in my life. I told him that. I just when you say travel nurse, I think of female. Okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not being sexist. No, I just think, you know, a traveling nurse was with my first son when he was born. Yeah. So and you know, she was a nice young lady. All that stuff. But anyways, I was like, you don't see too many. I don't know how can I say this without being mean. Non-Republican. It seems like that's like their lifestyle. Like that's that's what they do.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the other people do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you just don't. So you're in a pool and and someone blurts out something. Now we were watching the Red River game.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like you could be in that pool and everybody is the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're either one side or the other side.
No.
Most people are on the Republican side.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't think I've ever met anybody at these kind of resorts that was on the other
So you
side.
came from California. That's more blue.
Right.
Would you find more of it there than you would in Texas?
You know what? I don't know because we didn't start that until almost when we left.
But also, you don't really have places like that either.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of them. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot.
I mean, you go out to the desert and you've got a lot of.
That's just a yahoos.
I mean, that's just a bunch of a
Yeah,
bunch of hill jacks.
yeah, right.
That's
Yeah,
just a bunch of ridge runners that you have that kind of head out that way.
Yeah.
So I think you could probably go to Burning Man and you'd probably be.
That's in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So Burning Man might be
A mecca for crazy. I don't think.
guess
I think it's a melting pot for everybody who's insane. I mean, you see
yeah, I agree with you.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's.
I think their trailers got stuck this past year.
Yeah, it was all rained out. Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
epic. I think it would be. It would be interesting to see it. I don't think I'd want to. Me personally, I don't know if I could do it for a long period of time. Like
What to go to the
or go to Burning Man.
Oh no, I got zero interest because those are just that is like what that is the modern day Woodstock.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because they were all muddy, they're always dirty because they don't have showers. They're in the middle of the desert.
It's just dust.
It's just
It's either one or the other. It's
and
either mud, clay, or dirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
For I don't even know how long it lasts, like 3, 4, 5 days.
Yeah.
No,
Forever.
I don't think I got any interest.
Yeah.
Maybe fly over in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's like going to Sturgis.
Well,
We did
that's a city.
Sturgis by accident.
But see, I want to do that.
So we just ended up there by accident.
Okay.
And we were traveling and and I told my wife, I said, hey, let's go through Sturgis. Well, we saw lots of motorcycles and it dawned on us that it was that week. Well,
Right.
tens of thousands of people land on this little tiny village.
Is it that big?
It's a village.
Is it that big?
Yeah, it's just a tiny little pissant place.
It really is.
Yeah, and
So where does people stay then?
they rent houses hundreds of miles all around it.
And they travel in every day?
Into it.
Every day?
Yeah, and then you have the true bikers that camp.
Like in
With
tents?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
okay.
set up tents.
Now, what time of year is that?
It was in September when this was going on, so
So Sturgis is in September?
it was like late August.
So isn't that
Yeah.
how does Satan's crotch?
No, it's not. It's South Dakota's not that bad.
Okay.
You know, October, September, nice.
Okay.
Like right in that time period. But yeah, it was a lot of people.
And I watched the videos.
Yeah, nothing moves. I mean, you're if you're driving, you're parked.
Yeah, so you don't drive. Just
No,
get out
you
and
just
start walk.
park and you would just start walking. You
Is,
walk
is,
around. There's
is it like a bar row? Like just a bunch
just
of
a few bars, but they set
just
up
a
lots
few
of
bars.
tents.
Okay.
There's a lot of tents.
So no laws. They get rid of the laws like so they can like have tents of beer and stuff. So they get rid of the laws that they would normally have in place.
That's where they make their money.
The town.
Yeah.
The town makes their money
Yeah.
all
All
year
of that.
from that one
From
week.
that one.
That
And there
one
was-
weekend or 1 week.
Yeah,
whatever it
and we
is.
met a couple that owned a home. There were actually 2 homes there. Now we're talking cabins.
Gotcha.
So just little cabins, and they would rent them out for that,
Uh-huh.
and that's their income. They're retired, but they made enough money from those weeks leading up to it and then after, because they have to come in and set up.
Sure. Oh, okay. So they say, hey, my mortgage is $2,000 a month. if you want to rent it for this week, it's $24,000.
Yeah.
That way I'm covered for the year. And now they just gotta go find
it.
They just leave and go find a hotel or something.
Well, they just come to their kid's house. They said.
Yeah. Okay.
They just go. They get the hell out.
Yeah. See, that's good.
And
That's a good gig.
If it's standing at the end of the day, then it's a winner.
Right.
You know, but they just go, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
And they do that, and then they spend their winters in the warmer climates, and then they go back up there in the summer.
Gotcha.
Summer,
Yeah.
too. But it's country.
Well,
God's country. I mean, there's no city.
Right.
It's not,
and you're a stone's throw from Mount Rushmore, right?
yeah, Rapid City is just right there.
Just
You know,
stone's throw.
Yeah, just right there.
Right.
So which is a larger town.
Right.
You know, so.
Well, that reminds me. There's a big like garage thing fest that goes on down yonder about 3 hours from here. And there's a guy that has a house, and he's got one of the few houses on this big plot of land that it's just tents and tents of garage sales. It's once a year. It's in April. Okay. Well, the guy that has the house, he makes brisket. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he will work. That's 2 weekends that garage sale thing.
Yeah.
And he will make enough money in those 2 weekends by making brisket to take care of him and his lifestyle for the rest of the year. He makes it in 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
He cooks. He has to order all the brisket ahead of time. He cooks just hundreds and hundreds of them
For just this.
for just this event. And everybody goes to his house. He has a little patio out front. And they goes to the house and gets a brisket sandwich, gets sliced meat or whatever.
Really?
And for 2 weekends. And yeah, my cousin talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what I do." So I work 2 weekends a year.
Wow. That's pretty incredible.
Right?
Wow. That reminds me of a couple that I met. He was an engineer for GM, and he got laid off, believe it or not. And he decided he went to a place in Indiana and had him build a trailer for him.
Gotcha.
And it was like a wagon that you would cook hot dogs and stuff like that.
Okay.
He was going to go to these events.
Yeah, there you go.
So he and his wife, and it was the kind they could tow behind their car.
Perfect.
It wasn't very big. So, and we had met them, and he was cooking donuts.
Okay.
That's all he's doing.
So
He's
you
making
make-
donuts.
Okay, you're making donuts.
Powdered sugar and cinnamon.
Did he buy that one that like this
Yeah,
big,
the
and that
little
little
tiny
machine that goes
conveyor belt.
boop, 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 boop.
And I
I
said,
see with the fair.
yeah, I said, so, and this thing, he cranked it up, and he set up his thing, and he was sold out before noon. And he's cranking it down, and I said, well, how long you been doing this? He says, we go to 10 places.
Mhm.
He says, and we're done for the year. Then we go to Arizona. They do 10 events.
And that funds them for the year.
It funds them for everything. I says, well, how much did you pay to come here to this event? It was $400. So they have to make $400
To,
selling donuts to pay for their spot.
right.
But they're there for 2 days.
And they make 10,000,
Oh, there's
20,000.
there's making so much money. He said he said he had no idea. He says, we used to have all this other food, but we stopped doing it. We want to be done by noon. We just make donuts. We open up at 6. And he says, we all go crazy selling donuts.
I love it.
They don't sell anything else.
I love it.
Yeah, that was it.
See, that's the American dream.
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah. That's all he
In a
did.
nutshell.
Yeah.
And he's happy.
Oh, they were very happy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he knew what events that he couldn't go to because it cost too much money to buy in.
Gotcha.
So he said, why would I do that? He says, I can hit these smaller ones. I'll make more money.
Yeah.
And, once again, it's festivals.
Yep.
It's the same, and he said they all kind of travel together.
Mhm.
The same artists, all that.
Yes.
But he says, I'll hit 10 of these things. And he says, they make very good money doing that. I said,
Interesting.
well, good for y'all.
Very nice.
Well, it looks like we're coming to our end.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like we are at our time. We got this guy over there trying to figure out how to tell us what time it is,
That's right.
but he's lost and confused.
That's okay.
So
It's his first day.
yeah. So what do you got? How are you gonna end it?
You just like it and share it, right?
Yep. Let's like it, share it. Let's comment on it. Tell us how we're doing. We'll get back to you next time. That's This Guy, That Guy Nation.